Welcome to the next lecture of energy conservation and audit. In today's lecture, we are going to start with the unit number 1, wherein the unit number 1 title as given here is Energy Conservation Basics. Now, the various different topics that we are going to learn in this first unit is as given here. We are going to learn about the energy scenario, then what are the primary and the secondary energy, what are commercial and non-commercial energy, and what are renewable and non-renewable energy in detail. Further, we are going to learn about a concept what we call as what is energy demand and the energy supply. Further, we are going to learn about the national scenario of energy in India. Then we are going to learn about the energy conservation and the energy audit. What are these concepts and what is the difference between the conservation and audit? Then we are going to learn about the need of energy conservation. Then we are going to learn about Energy Conservation Act 2001. Among that, we are going to learn the relevant clauses of that Energy Conservation Act. Further, we are going to learn about BEE and its role, where BEE means Bureau of Energy Efficiency. Further, we are going to learn about MEDA and its role, where MEDA is Maharashtra Energy Development Agency. Further, we are going to learn about what is a star labeling and what is the need of star labeling and benefits of that star labeling on the appliances that we are using in our day-to-day life, which is going to help us for energy conservation. So let us start with the ever first point. What we are going to learn in this unit is energy scenario. So as said here, energy is one of the major inputs for the economic development of any country. In the case of developing countries, the energy sector assumes a critical importance in view of ever increasing energy needs requiring huge investments to meet them. India's per capita energy and the electricity consumption are less than 1/10 of the developed countries' per capita consumption. The disparities in urban versus rural, southern, western and northern region versus the eastern and northeastern region, and the higher income versus lower income households are very high. Unfortunately, the regions where large fossil and renewable energy sources are available have lower per capita energy consumption for sustainable and equitable socio-economic development. Such a situation needs to change. Given the country's over-dependence on coal, large-scale import of oil and gas, difficulty in meeting the financial burden of import, environmental consequences of large-scale energy production, transformation, transportation and use, it is not wise to strive to achieve the developed country level of energy consumption. So, to improve the quality of life of Indian citizens, there is no doubt that per capita energy consumption has to be increased. Through the judicious approach, higher quality of life can be achieved with moderate increase in energy consumption. The country needs to make timely change of our emphasis on non-renewable energy. Such change in strategy calls for a shift in our development approach, that is, from an unsustainable growth oriented economic development to an environmentally friendly equitable development. Since three most serious environment related problems, that are global warming, acid rain and ozone layer depression, owe their origin to energy, it is in our nation and global interest that we minimize energy want without sacrificing the energy need for a decent quality of life. A time-bound plan is essential to move to renewable energy dominant decentralized system from the existing non-renewable energy focused fossil fuel centric centralized system. Energy is essential for every activity of life. There is a strong positive correlation between energy use and the quality of life. So, as said here, what is the energy scenario right now is, as we know, that whatever energy that we are using in our day-to-day life is of various different nature. The major kind of form of energy what we are going to we are using in our day-to-day life is the electrical energy. Now, if we consider the overall development of any country depends on what are the energy sectors that they are utilizing. Further, one more term what we deal with is a per capita energy consumption. So here, if we see in case of India, as said here, the India's per capita energy and electricity consumption are less than the 1/10 of the developed countries per capita consumption. Okay, so as said here, whatever electrical energy or the overall energy that we are using in India, average energy that is being used by a person in India is about 1/10 of the energy that is being used in the developed countries. Means what? Here the today's energy scenario can be said that the energy what is being available or consumed energy by the person is such a way that it is very limited one. Now this is because there is a diversity in the various different areas and localities. Now what are the diversities? Say we can say there is an urban area, rural area, so there is a consumption difference in the urban and rural areas. Further, whatever regions that are being considered, let us assume a part of a region where we are going to consider the southern, western and northern region versus the remaining part, that is eastern and northeastern region. There is a difference in the consumption of energy. Further, the consumption of energy is again different among the people having a low income and higher income households. Okay, so that is one of the reason why the overall energy is limited, and that is the reason why the per capita energy consumption is very low in today's scenario. Unfortunately, what we know is nowadays or from the ancient days, we are using large amount of fossil fuels, and nowadays we are being shifting to the renewable energy sources. Now this is what we are going to have as a burden, that whatever fossil fuels we are going to make a use, that is going to be over in a period of time, and a proper planning is required for usage of this kind of different types of energies that are made available in today's consumption. So overall, if we consider, even if we are trying our best to reach the developed country level, it is not easy for us to achieve that particular level in present scenario. Now what we can do is, we have to obviously increase the quality of the consumption varieties of the citizens in India. So higher quality can be obtained by increase in energy consumption. what we need is to give more and more emphasis on a non-renewable kind of energy, wherein if we are shifting to the non-renewable energy, then abundant amount of energy can be made available to the citizens, which they can make a use for their easier day-to-day life in today's scenario. Now, one more thing what we can say is that when we make the amount of energy that is available for the citizens to be available easily, whatever day-to-day activities they are going to have, there is proper strong correlation between the use of energy and the quality of life of that particular citizens. Okay, so that is what is the energy scenario in today. Further, it has been said that at global level, the per capita income of a country is directly proportional to the per capita energy consumption. Okay, so that is one of the thing. So energy, whatever we are learning here, can be classified into several types based on the following criteria. Now, what are the different classifications of the energy? We can say the classification of energy can be done as primary and secondary energy, commercial and non-commercial energy, renewable and non-renewable energy. Now let us learn how this classification is done. So as far as considered primary and secondary energy. So what is primary energy? As said here, primary energy sources are those that are either found or stored in nature. Primary energy can also be used directly. Common primary energy sources are coal, oil, natural gas, and biomass such as wood. The other primary energy sources available includes nuclear energy from radioactive substances, thermal energy stored in the Earth's interior, and the potential energy due to Earth's gravity. Okay, so these are what we can say as a primary energy. So what is primary energy? As said here, primary energy sources are those that are either found or stored in the nature. So here these primary energies can be used directly, wherein the examples are coal, oil, natural gas, biomass, etc. Further,